The Dr. Taz Show, the podcast. Dr. Taz, Superwoman Wellness. Here's Dr. Taz.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Superwoman Wellness, where I am determined to bring you back to your superpowered self. I am so excited about today's topic because I feel like we're simply not talking about it enough. And sure enough, right here on Superwoman Wellness, we're going to break it down. We're talking about your lymphatics. Do you guys even know where those are? Point to them. And if you just did, you probably don't know where they are. So joining me is Lisa Gainsley. She is a certified lymphedema therapist, a manual lymphatic drainage practitioner, an author, educator, and a speaker. She holds a double certification in lymphedema therapy and is a member of the Lymphatic Education and Research Network and the National Lymphedema Network. She leads workshops across the country and has pioneered the field of lymphatic self-massage. She has done a ton of stuff, treated all these amazing celebrities. She lives in LA, I believe, in California. But I don't want to waste our time talking about all of that. We want to learn about you, Lisa, and about lymphatic therapy and about our lymphatic system and why we're just not talking about it enough.
That's right. Thank you so much for having me. The way you speak about health and proactive health and educate your listeners is such a wonderful platform, and you have such a great cadence and voice and spirit. And
thank you.
So honored to be able to speak with you and your audience. You're a gem.
Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. I mean, it's funny. I was actually just listening to one of your podcasts that you had on, I'm going to forget his name, when he was talking about breast health.
Yes.
And he's one of the first medical, I know he's a medical anthropologist, and so right. I studied anthropology, so I appreciate that. He was one of the first people to really talk about the lymphatic system when you're talking about health. And I really just appreciate, somebody who really knows how to speak about the lymphatic system, because not many people do. So many doctors talk about the immune system and they never mention lymph.
I think we need to get into the lymphatics. He actually, speaking of that episode, if you guys have not seen that episode, it was all about breast health and how we basically should not be wearing bras because they really hamper lymphatic flow, create congestion from the time we're little girls. That really, this particular expert was saying is really the main cause of breast cancer, and we're not talking about it enough. But let's talk about the lymphatic system. Tell us a little bit about, many people listening and watching today might not even know what that is. What is the lymphatic system? Where is the lymphatic system?
And I love that when you said point to it. Actually, wherever someone pointed is actually correct.
There we go. So you guys are fine.
You guys are fine. You did it right. It's everywhere in your body. It runs like rivers, this beautiful geography of your body, collecting excess waste and toxins. And actually that man, the singer, I think is his name, he described it so beautifully, right? The way your lymphatic vessels work is they absorb the excess waste, the cellular waste product of the body, that the blood capillaries, once they bring nutrients to your cells, some of the waste hangs out in the interstitial fluid, the connective tissue of our body. And your lymphatic vasculature is similar to the blood vasculature. You learn about blood capillaries, right? We'll learn about that. You have lymph capillaries that run similar to the bloodstream. It's twice as vast. It collects the cellular waste. It collects cancer cells. It moves immune cells through your body to the areas where you have lymph nodes, mostly in the neck, the armpit, the belly, the thigh, behind the elbows and knees. And in your brain, it works when you sleep, along with the cerebral spinal fluid, to clear out amyloid plaque that is indicated in neurodegenerative diseases such as MS, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. So the lymph system is called this invisible system because it's so microscopic that we haven't been able, some of the medical technology hasn't been able to pick it up until the last few decades, really. And people in medical school, when they dissect cadavers, they can't see it. It's that microscopic, but it's there. It's part of your physiology, and it's such an important part of your immune system. So the difference is between that and the blood system is it doesn't have a central pump to move it. It depends on muscle movement, breath, lymphatic massage to move out the toxins from your body. Super important.
So as a part of like, me thinking about a wellness physical, and I have this like running list in my head that we'll check, and we'll check, I can use all the fancy words, but we'll check inflammation and oxidative stress and perfusion and nutritional status and gut health and hormone balance and all this other stuff. How do we check lymphatic health?
I love this question so much. So unfortunately, at the moment, the test to check your lymph flow is through lymph scintigraphy, and where they inject dye into your body, and then you can really watch the pathways of your lymph flow. It's a little controversial because you're injecting toxic dye.
Right.
Right. So we really don't recommend it unless there's a lymph obstruction. So for instance, I really highly recommend if somebody is facing a breast cancer diagnosis and they're going to have lymph nodes removed, you can ask the surgeon to do if they do reverse mapping, where they do inject the dye to see, do they even need to take the lymph node? Right. So that's important. Other than that, we can make an assumption based on how congested are we, what are the inflammation markers, and the treatment is the same. You'd be doing lymphatic self-massage or lymphatic massage to help increase that lymphatic circulation. So a lot in my book, I write about some of the signs of lymphatic congestion, which is inflammation, brain fog, fatigue, chronic colds, swelling ankles, frequently lots of infections, right? Lymphedema. These are all digestion issues. These are all signs that your lymph system, which is responsible for removing toxins, is sluggish. So really, chronic inflammation, which is at the root of most illnesses, is indicated with the lymphatic system. So it's always a good idea to boost your lymphatic system.
Wow. So I have a sort of related question to that, and I do want to talk about your book too. But so with the sort of increase in toxins in our environment, right? Like whether it's body care, food, air, water, pesticides, whatever it is, do you feel like our lymphatic systems are under more attack today than they were maybe 50 years ago or 100 years ago?
Absolutely.
What do you feel like that landscape looks like?
Yes. So the word I would choose is overwhelm.
Okay.
Right? I would use the word lymphatic overwhelm because your lymphatic system it moves at a slower pace. It pumps about 6 to 12 times per minute. You can increase how much lymph you're circulating through exercise, through self-massage and dry brushing and different modalities. But yes, we have so much more toxins in our environment, in our food, in our cleaning products, in our beauty products, our household products, right? What we're putting on our skin gets absorbed through the lymph system. So with the more we're eating food that has pesticides, that has hormones in them, and cleaning products or beauty products, you are taxing, you're overwhelming the lymph system. I'll describe it like a transportation system, like a bus. The more people, the more toxins are on that bus, the slower that bus is going to go. So can we remove some of these items that are hampering optimal transportation rate? Can you remove them? Can you remove some of the chemicals in your food and your household products so you don't overwhelm the system? Same with deodorants, skincare, body lotion, right? It's not necessary for optimal health. It's
all about bringing that load down. Do you feel like the increasing rates of cancer are related to this lymphatic sluggishness?
I can't say that, right? We can't make that determination necessarily. But what I can suggest is ways to reduce that footprint.
Gotcha.
Right? Because there's so many things that contribute to cancer. And the reality is we don't know a lot of them.
Right.
How do we still not know?
I know that is the $1 million question, but let's talk about what we can do. So what would be maybe the top 3 or 4 things you would tell somebody listening today or watching today that these are the things you can do to help lymphatic flow to help you detox. Of course, there's lowering your toxic load, but going beyond that, what else can we do? What is more, a
Yeah.
more
So
proactive
I
state?
just wrote the book,
Here we
the
go.
book. There you go.
Yeah.
Self-care practices to enhance immunity, health, and beauty. And in it, I really do break down what is your lymph system, why it's important, how it runs through every system of your body, your respiratory system, the digestive system, like I said, in your brain, your breasts, right? The reproductive organs. So it is, and ways you can help reduce that lymph load through lymphatic self-massage. I have sequences for earaches, headaches, PMS, digestion, hangovers, and I break down other holistic remedies to help increase your lymph flow, which includes dry brushing, Epsom salt baths, infrared saunas, vibration plates, exercises, why certain exercises are fantastic for your lymph system, such as swimming. The pressure of the water stimulates the lymphatic vessels to pump. Since they don't have their own main pump, they need external pressure. Deep breathing stimulates the largest lymph vessel in the duct, in the lymph system, the thoracic duct, which moves 2/3 of your lymph fluid back to your bloodstream. Yoga inversions, going upside down, where you reverse gravity and move your lymph flow, right? So there's so many different, whether it's exercise, self-massage, holistic remedies, you can take an active part in getting up and moving your body. So much of your lymph nodes are located in what I like to say the hinges of your body for optimal movement, since it depends on muscle movement.
Right.
The more you get active, the more you'll increase your lymph circulation.
I like that. In our practice, we have for a long time used something called Lymph Tone, which is a homeopathic product. What's your opinion on some of the oral things that are supposed to help move lymphatic flow?
So tell me a little, I don't know, I'm not familiar with Lymph Tone. Tell me a little bit about it.
So it's a product by a homeopathic brand, and it's supposed to help improve like lymphatic flow, lymphatic movement, clearing out your lymph nodes. The reason we use it is we do a lot of energy or vibrational work at my practice, which is Center Spring MD. And a lot of times it'll show up, right? Like we've got normal labs like Quest or LabCorp labs, and we've got functional integrative labs, and we have this Chinese medicine piece to it, this Ayurvedic piece to it, and then we have this vibrational or frequency piece to it. So that will often show sluggish lymphatics. It'll say on there, but it is a frequency diagnosis, not a lab, not a structure.
Right.
It's on a frequency thing. And so when we see that, and some of the signs that I've noticed, even within our own families, the puffy face,
yes,
the edema, the pitting edema. So when we see enough things that kind of go together, we'll start that to help stimulate lymphatic flow, along with recommending exercise and dry brushing and things like that. I was just curious to see if you've ever seen.
Is it an oral
Yeah.
tincture? So depending on what is, I'm sure depending on what's in there, I write about essential herbs that are beneficial for the microcirculation of your body. So I'm sure that what is in your tincture has been researched for the lymphatic microcirculation and the blood circulation and anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial. So I haven't seen it, but I imagine it has those beneficial properties that are anti-inflammatory.
Wow. What are your favorite lymphatic boosting herbs? How's that? Is there such a thing?
I mean, it really depends on the person. So I can't give general advice. I mean, obviously there's turmeric and there's tulsi, right? There's all these wonderful anti-inflammatory herbs. Digestive bitters are also really wonderful. I have a whole section where I break down all the ones that I love, and also introducing purple staining foods that are also wonderful for your blood circulation is great. Cherries and berries are also terrific. So I have a whole list, and also to see somebody like you so that you can really individualize depending on what's going on with someone or what they're taking. Are they going through chemo? There might be some things they can't take. That's why I try to avoid giving too much general advice.
Gotcha. And lymphatic massage in itself is its own specialty. How does that differ from conventional massage, like a neuromuscular massage or something like that?
Love that question. A conventional massage focuses on the muscles. The majority of your lymphatic capillaries that absorb the initial fluid containing toxins rests above the muscle bed. So you want to work in that horizontal plane of fluid lightly and gently, moving in the direction towards your lymph nodes. So stimulating the lymph nodes first, clearing out the lymph nodes first manually, and then moving the fluid towards them. Whereas a lot of times with the Swedish massage, right, they move the fluid down your legs towards your feet.
Right.
With lymph massage, we're moving up towards the top of the thigh. We're massaging ultimately towards the heart, back towards the bloodstream. So it's lighter and it's very specific with its direction.
So even with dry brushing, we should be coming towards the heart, right?
Yes. And I also recommend even more specific than that. There's certain directions, like the arm drains to the armpit, the breast and chest first goes into the armpit before it goes into the deeper lymphatic circulation back towards the heart. So yes, ultimately you can't go wrong going towards the heart, but I have videos on Instagram and a digital course where I talk about how to dry brush even more specifically for the specific region.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh, fascinating. All right, one more question. I think I can sneak it in. So the lymphatic system the lymphatics are basically a detox mechanism, correct? Would you sort of classify them that way? We also know, through practice and through Chinese medicine and all this other stuff, that the liver is a very potent detox organ too. How are the two related?
Yes, it's such a great question. And that liver detoxes all the chemicals too, right? And medications that you take. And that's the other thing you can really do in lymphatic massage and self-massage. And I have a sequence for that in my book also, which is your vital organs located in the abdomen have a motility, a peristalsis, a movement. So much stress we hold in our abdomen, and you can really massage that area to help release some of the tension to increase the function of those vital organs.
Gotcha. Oh my goodness. Fascinating stuff. I love it. The book, again, let's hold it up for everyone to see.
Okay.
I'm so, and it's already released? The Book of Lymph
Yes,
is already out?
last month.
Okay, fantastic. So the book is out everywhere. I'm assuming books are sold. It's called Book of Lymph. Hopefully now you guys know exactly where it is. It's everywhere. And you passed that quiz for sure. But let's say someone wants to connect with you. What is the best way for them to do so?
The best way, you can find me on Instagram at the lymphatic message with an E, message. And my website is also thelymphatiCmessage.com.
Love it. Easy to remember, simple to do. Your lymphatics matter to you. Oh my gosh, I'm rhyming now. I need to stop. But thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
This was fun. It's a really important topic and it does not get enough attention by any means. And for everyone else who is listening or watching today, thank you again for watching this episode of Superwoman Wellness. Remember, you can rate and review it and share it with your friends. And if you screenshot me at hello@drtaz.com, you get a free bottle of Boost. Thanks for joining us. We will see you guys next time.